Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you so much for watching. So today's video is a little bit different. I have a review for you. I never normally really do reviews, but of course, you know me, I had to review Jaclyn Cosmetics' new skin products. So you guys know that I always love Jaclyn, I always buy her products, but I thought I would do a kind of honest review. And yeah, I was just excited I love like powder products. They're right up my street. I love translucent powders, so I really wanted to try them out, and I thought I would show you on camera and I kind of tell you my thoughts and done a little mini review as well. So hopefully it helps you. Just as a little background, my skin is pretty oily, I would say. I am very prone to texture and enlarged pores and fine lines as well. So yeah, if you're like me, then hopefully this helps you. If you do want to hear my thoughts on these products, then just keep on watching. So the first product that we're going to go in with is the under eye primer. So this is meant to be hydrating and to prep your eyes for concealer. So I think this is basically designed to be worn underneath concealer. So it's not like some eye creams that are just too moisturizing and they just actually make your concealer worse or slip around. So we're going to try this out and see if it makes a difference. So you can see it's got like a little metal top, which is normally meant to be cooling. So I'm just going to do a couple of, so I don't really know how much you're meant to use. And this is one of those things that you're like, I think I put too much on. Oh, it does feel cooling. But it's like, is it one of those things that are just a little bit gimmicky, and like, will it actually make a difference? It feels very nice and cooling. It feels very luxurious. And then with the excess, I'm just gonna blend it in with my finger. It does feel very nice and hydrating. My under eye definitely looks nice and hydrated. Please excuse my horrible nails. But I'm not sure if you can see. Okay, so that is my under eyes, nice and hydrated, and it is one of those things that you're never really going to know if it makes a difference until after you put it on. But I definitely feel like they look like more hydrated, but I'm going to see what it looks like. I kind of should have done like one eye with and one eye without, but it's too late now. So I'm going to go ahead and do my foundation and everything, like concealer, off camera, and then we're going to come back and try the palette. So I've just gone ahead and applied my foundation and concealer. So in case you were wondering, I'm using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk and then the Born This Way concealer. I will link the shades down below in case you were wondering. So just to let you know, before I move on to any of the other steps, I just wanted to say about the eye cream that I use, because obviously it's meant to help, you know, prep your under eye for concealer, etc., that kind of thing. And I will say my under eye definitely looks less kind of like, I mean, this concealer is reasonably hydrating anyway, so it doesn't leave me too dry. But I definitely feel like there is less kind of creasing going on. So if I just show you really close up, so you can see a little bit has creased there, but that is so normal because there is a crease there already. You're kind of, you know, it's gonna happen. But I normally kind of get like some like tiny little ones, and I do feel like it hasn't settled in as bad as normal. So yeah, just so you can see close up, this eye is a little bit more creasy in general anyway. But yeah, just so you can see, like round here doesn't look as, like you can't see as many fine lines as normal, which is good news. Oh my god, why do I have such an itchy face? There's a hair on my face somewhere and it needs to piss off. So the next thing that I'm going to use is the Brightening and Setting palette. So this is the packaging. So I like that you can wipe it clean, and because it's white, it's not going to get like stained. And this is in the shade, I don't know. Right, guys, I'm not sure, but yeah, I'll just show you the colours anyway. It has the shades Peach, Almond, Light Banana, and Caramel. So I wouldn't necessarily normally use like specific under eye setting powders. I know MAC do them, like Kat Von D, but I've never really tried them, to be honest. I pretty much just use like a normal setting powder all over my face. But the reason why I wanted to try it is because I feel like when I use a lighter concealer, so as you can see my under eye is a little bit lighter, not too much than the rest of my skin. So I just find when using a normal setting powder, it kind of just gets rid of that lightness and defeats the point in actually using a lighter concealer. So I wanted to give these a go, and also I feel like I would use the kind of darker ones if I wanted to kind of clean up my contour, if I didn't want to use, say, like the loose powder, that kind of thing. I feel like I would have been fine with 2, but yeah, I think that's just a personal preference. So we're going to give it a go and see what I think. First impression with feeling it, they feel very, very silky, so smooth, and they're not like too powdery where too much powder comes up, but they look like they've got a lot of coverage from swatching them. So I'm just going to zoom you in so you can see. So before I set my under eye, I'm just going to make sure I tap out the crease just to ensure there's no product sitting in there. So a lot of people use a sponge. So I'm going to use the shade Peach, which is this one here. I'm just going to look up and just dab it. I also kind of want to try it over my pores as well, and the side of the nose. Oh, holy shit. Can you see that? Looking in my mirror here, it literally looks flawless. And it feels so silky. That powder texture is insane. I didn't think it was going to be that good. And I want to zoom you in so you can see it properly. Can you see how it almost just makes... Can you see how it's kind of made it just look a little bit... kind of like a soft focus almost. It's definitely kind of blurred and given that really like airbrush kind of finish. And it looks quite nice over my pores as well. I'm impressed. Also, this is my first time using a sponge, and I actually really like it. So I'm going to go in with the shade Light Banana, and I'm just going to pop that just kind of where my pores are. I'm also going to take that in the centre as well. Like, don't get me wrong, you can still see my lines, but it's definitely set it. And I can't really feel the powder on my skin. So the next product that I'm going to try is the translucent powder. So this one I'm super excited about because when I first opened it, I noticed that it has this really nice kind of like sheen. Like, I don't know if you're going to see it on camera, but it has like just a very subtle sheen. It's not like shimmery, it just has a sheen to it. So I'm intrigued to see how that comes across, because when I was watching Jaclyn's video, she kind of said it's still going to be good for anyone who likes a glow but still needs to set their makeup, and that is literally me. Like, I absolutely love dewy skin. I love like cream products, but I find as soon as I put my powder on, I look completely matte and flat until I use like highlighter, and sometimes I don't really want to use too much powder, but I kind of have to. So we're going to give it a go. I'm going to use it on a flatter brush. This is a MAC 129. The thing is, you can kind of see like the white like reflex. Right, my chin is quite shiny, if you can see that. So because I'm wearing Luminous Silk, it is quite a glowy foundation. It does last quite well, but I do have to set it. So let's see that oil. Yeah, so it's definitely not like mattifying, but I do feel like it's got a little bit of a white cast. I don't know, I'm not sure. I'm gonna set everything else because I always use translucent powder, but I'll always use like a loose one. But I think this would be good to like use in your handbag and touch up, because obviously it's compact, it's got a really nice big mirror as well. I just want to use like a generous amount so I can really see like what it looks like. Okay, so it definitely has a sheen. So I'm just going to zoom you right in. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see that bit on my cheek? Like, it does give you a sheen, but not in like, I don't know, like it's not bad. but it might look better when you like spray it with like setting spray. No, it doesn't look great here. Okay, I'm not loving this powder, but I don't know if it's because in like with skin products, sometimes certain powders don't necessarily work with certain foundations, so that might be the reason. It might be the brush, because it does look quite nice like on my cheek, but here I feel like my fine lines look super exaggerated. Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, I hate not liking products, but I really like this formula so far. Right, so I am going to go ahead and finish off the rest of my makeup, and then we're going to come back and try the loose powder. Okay, so I am back. I have just done the rest of my makeup, so my eyes and my lips. I do have a eye tutorial on this coming next week, so you can stay tuned for that. So the last thing that I am going to use is the Jaclyn under eye powder. So I kind of like, obviously we have the palette, so I'm kind of like, do you use both? Do I need both? I did see Jaclyn bake with this, so I'm going to do the same. Unfortunately, I got the wrong colour. That was my fault. I'm sure I had a light banana in my basket, but I must have clicked the wrong one. I don't know, but I emailed them straight away being like, please can I change it? And they were like, sorry, like we can't change it. They process orders really quickly, which is totally fair enough. They're probably a huge like packing factory and they just didn't have, I don't know, they can't change it. But yes, that was annoying. They got back to me really quickly, which was nice, but I'm actually quite happy with the colour. So this is Brightening Pink, and I don't know, I think it's because I don't have a powder colour like this, but this one I'm quite interested to try. I'm just gonna see what it's like because I've never tried a kind of pinky tone before. I am gonna do what, well, I saw Jaclyn do it, and I do quite often use translucent powder to clean up my bronzer, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to use it underneath my eyes because I've already got quite a bit of that palette underneath there, so I feel like I don't really need it. I did see Twee use it underneath her eyes, and she said it was really drying, which is strange because I always see like Jaclyn use it everywhere and she's really dry. So yeah, I am basically going to use it on a Morphe sponge, so I'm going to use the flat side to kind of carve out my cheeks. Oh wow, that is so pigmented. Oh wow. Wow, I was not expecting that. I don't know if this pink one is going to be too light for me, but we shall see. First thing I notice is that it is so silky. Okay, that's, I'm only going to really put it there because I don't really need it anywhere else. I might try it like on other areas of my face at another time. I do really want to try it here. Fuck it, let's just try it. Let's just try it here just to see what it's like. I don't know what I'm doing. I've got like freckles here, so I don't really want to like put it there. I'm not going to leave it on too long. I don't really leave bake on that much. I'm just going to dust off with a, what I do find is with this part of my jaw, I don't know why, but it does not take to loose powder very well when I bake. And yeah, it's pretty much done what I thought it would do. I don't know why, but I get like crepiness all along here, and I'm oily, so I don't really know why. Any loose powder does it on me. I'll show you now. I don't know if you can see that, but it's gone like super crepey. Can you see that? And that line is not disappearing. Like, this is super pigmented, so you don't have to leave it on very long. Well, it's definitely like brightened. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it looks really smooth. My pores do look a little bit enlarged, but to be honest, I think that was the translucent powder. For some reason, yeah, it was just too, like, the glowiness wasn't right. And it's just left a really harsh line. My Huda Beauty one doesn't do this too much, and I've carved out with that one quite a few times. but I do really like the colour. I maybe would use it with one of my lighter foundations, but I really like the colour underneath my eyes because it's kind of brightened, but it hasn't gone like too ashy, or it doesn't look like too yellow. I am interested to see what it's like with flash, but yeah. What I'm going to do is spray a little bit of setting spray. Hydrating spray will always save the day. Guys, if you ever put too much powder on, or if you bake, honestly, setting spray is the one, because it just completely merges those powders together. I am interested to kind of use them on its own, you know. I would love to try the translucent powder on its own. That was an interesting one. I've never tried anything like that. So I'm going to do a roundup of everything now. So obviously the first thing that I used was the under eye primer. This is one of those things where I'm like, did it really make a difference? Is it gimmicky? To be honest, I'm going to have to try it without on one eye just to see a difference. My under eye definitely looked hydrated, and when I put concealer on there was definitely less lines there, but yeah, I'm gonna have to continue using it. I always find products like this, you never know like your full first impressions until you use it a couple times. So the next thing was the under eye palette, and this is definitely my favorite out of all of the products that I tried. This made my under eye so smooth and so kind of bright without looking ashy. I absolutely love the texture and the formula. I can definitely see myself using this more often. If I'm being honest, I wish I used just this and not the other two. I wish I kind of used these under my like bronzer. But yeah, I'm definitely going to continue using this in my everyday makeup routine as well, just to kind of get to know the other colours. Yeah, I'm super happy with this. So this is the one with peach, almond, light banana and caramel. So the next thing I'm not so keen on, which I'm really upset about, because as you know, I absolutely love Jaclyn. I have done for so many years. So as soon as she brings out a product, I am one of those people who are like, I'm getting it no matter what. And of course I want to support her, but unfortunately I don't love this translucent powder, which is quite annoying because this was one of the ones that I was most excited about, because it's kind of, basically I remember her saying it was like, it gives this kind of soft focus, like glow, like not a glow, but it has a very kind of, if you can see that, just a very soft glow. Yeah, that's the only way I can describe it. But unfortunately on the skin, it just, you could see that it had a little bit of shine, but it just highlighted any of my texture. Like I look super textured around my chin. So because I'm oily, like I was saying, I do love a glow, but I do kind of need a little bit of kind of, you know, a little bit of staying power like through the center. I do need it a little bit matte. So I thought this was going to give me a really nice kind of subtle glow. But I think that's hard with powders, you know. You're always going to look a little bit powdery. So I think I'm just going to have to deal with being a little bit matte and then glowy in the right areas. But yeah, as you can see on my chin, I don't know if you can see that. It looks okay on camera, but up close I do look very textured. From far away, flawless. So yeah, that was the only thing. I really wanted to love it, but I don't. If you tried this, let me know your thoughts. And lastly is the setting powder. So as I was saying, I do get kind of crepey jawline. I don't know if anyone else gets it, but yeah, I just get very textured along here. And some translucent powders do that. My Huda Beauty one doesn't, but unfortunately this one did do that. And it's so pigmented, which is amazing, but it's just left a really harsh line, because normally when you like dust it off, it does kind of just blend away, and you can kind of get rid of that like harsh line, but this left that harsh line there, which some people might like that really strong line, but I just like everything to look diffused and blended. I definitely want to try this again just underneath the eyes, just to see what it looks like, because I did, as you saw, I put a little bit kind of on top of my cheeks and the colour was really nice. It definitely brightens, so I will continue to use it and just see how I get on. Obviously it's not going to be a powder that I use all over. So yes, I don't know if you can see that just on my chin. You see that like little glow, which is quite nice on some people, because I have enlarged pores where I'm really oily. It just, yeah, it just enhances it. You can kind of see there where it's gone a little bit dry, and that was even after using shitloads of setting spray. So yeah, there are some amazing products, some that I didn't get on with as well, but you know, makeup is such a personal preference. Everybody's skin is so different. You know, Jaclyn's skin is so different to mine that of course all of these works for her, and there's probably so many people that they work for. But if you've tried them, let me know your thoughts and if they work for you. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Let me know what you want to see next, and please subscribe if you are new here. Thank you so much for watching, and you'll see me in my next one. Bye!